Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, our story today continues on from where we left off with a very overly enthusiastic angel who has come to eat bacon for breakfast at a certain vampire lord's house. As all of you, of course, wake up to go and have breakfast. Ilara, you know from Saren that someone is here with something most likely for you. Marceline and Acacius and Stolas have already begun making their way to the to the dining table. As I move you all to the map. I'm so proud of this map.
There's a dining hall map?
I finally
Oh,
get
you
to
have
use
this
this
one.
map.
I
I
love
finally
Well,
get to
I'd
use
like to
this
say
map.
from the few maps I've seen so far, you've done a very good job of making them.
They look
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
I did not make this map, by the way.
No, you see, you shouldn't have admitted that.
No, it's literally Patreon
Yep, it is.
Benos battle maps.
Yeah,
I'm
every
not
time.
Well,
gonna-
I haven't gotten to see this one yet because I just got into the game.
Yeah,
But
every time there is a Patreon or a stamp somewhere on the map, I make a point to zoom on it at any given point, just to highlight it.
Yep. Yeah. This map is very, very. When I saw this map, I was like, oh, this map is too good. This map is like, oh, this map is perfect for Dimitri's.
are there enough chairs for all of us?
Yeah, that chair's right here.
Are there enough?
By my mat, no.
It's D&D. There's always enough chairs for everyone.
Roll for initiative.
Absolute-
Who gets to sit down?
Well, I'm
Yes.
sitting down.
I mean, the lady
I'm
on
drawing
to
Sarah
sit.
on.
Of course, Dimitri and Larissa and Hestafarios, the three of them are the first to arrive at the dining hall. The table is a beautiful spread, completely full of all sorts of meats, poultry, bread, butter, fresh vegetables, and a lot of blood in bottles for the vampires of this manor, of course. As coming just behind Larissa, Hestafarios, and Lord Dimitri is Marceline, Acacius, and Stolas. Ilara and Siren, do you all make it to the breakfast place?
Well, given that Saren snuck up a bit earlier to grab Elra's food, we might take a bit longer to get there. But eventually, I
Okay.
guess we would.
Okay, sure. Dimitri will take his seat over here as the head of the house. He must always sit here. Hestafarios, being the big boy that he is going to sit over here as they bring in a very large chair all the way from Dimitri's office. The vampires put it down for the brightly shining, glorious angel.
Hestafarius is certified good boy.
Mhm.
I hope so. Angel of the deity that Saren got raised under.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask. Would I actually know who this Hestafarios
No.
is? Okay,
No, not really.
very good.
Okay. Yep. Stolas, Marceline. Acacius, you come in with Marceline and Stolas. You see that same bright angel that accompanied you all in in Medusa's tomb. No, Larissa's not dead yet.
Trying to kill off
Thank
Larissa
God.
already?
I am very ready to kill off my player characters. For fun.
Well, I believe Acacius is, well, he is going to make note of the angelic figure. He is going to become, as he approaches the dining hall, acutely more aware of where he is, as opposed to last night, where he was kind of being overwhelmed by everything that was going on. He's going to realize he's in the manner of a vampire lord. And kind of as he approaches the dining hall, he'll sort of instinctively rest his hand on his sword as he's walking in. Before kind of lifting his hand back up and going to take a seat.
Okay. Larissa, Cassius, you can decide where you both will sit as night also comes. Yawning, lugging his great axe behind his back.
Morning.
Oh, morning, everyone.
Blessed dawn be upon you, knight.
He looks at you, waves his battle axe. You fight very good. Should spar sometime.
It is never good to become rusty. Very well. Perhaps we shall spar.
Above table, are you guys hearing the music?
Yes.
See.
Very
Okay,
much
It's
so.
just
Okay, very
low. We'll just blast it.
Okay, very good. Just making sure. I reworked the Sirenscape so that nowadays it doesn't just blast the music the moment I play it. So you'll have to definitely increase the volume.
I think
Okay.
Is this from something?
many times.
Is this music from something? Because I feel like I've heard it before.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know where it's from.
Okay. Oh, that was like an
It's
actual
the
question. Because
DM's
like,
way. It's the DM's way of just go with it.
Well, no, I'm not complaining. I like the music. I'm just like, I swear I've listened to this before as like background music. Because it's good background music.
As of course,
Isn't
at the
Skyrim,
table.
is it?
No, it's not Skyrim. It's not
Okay,
Skyrim.
okay.
Lord Dimitri, of course, he's Acacius coming in. Did you have a good rest, my friend?
Ah, yes, Lord Dimitri, I did. After your butler, Sir Alistair, guided me back to the temple, he guided me to a room. I had, however, forgotten that the sun does not truly rise in this land. Nonetheless, the arrangements were much too gracious for one of my stature. I thank you very much for them.
He smiles and holds up a glass of clearly, definitely, it's blood inside.
What type?
You have no idea because you're not there. Okay, we will go to Ilara and Sarin. What do the two of you do?
I am laying in bed.
Well, as the knock that was said to happen inside RP would happen, it's like, well, Melora dear, should you get dressed and answer it, or should I? I think that might be of interest for you.
Why don't you answer it? You're closer.
Yeah, I guess I am closer, and well, looking at Melora under the cover. Well, dressed. Saren would open the door. It's like, I already told you guys to try to keep the commotion down. What is it this time?
Who's at the door?
Um, Her ladyship, Lady Larissa, requested your presence. I believe a package is here for you.
Oh, so it was as Fasterius in the end, finally.
Yes.
And alright, I think your bow's here.
My bow? Very well. I'll get ready.
And then Saren would kind of lean a bit towards whoever's on the other end of the door. It's like, seriously, man, I don't see her in that little clothes that often. Seriously.
And with that comment, you won't.
Ooh. The other vampire just looks down. Not my business. Not my business. Not my business. Turns around and steps back.
At this point, you would close the door. Well, I had to tell him something to make him go away.
Alara is wearing long sleeve shirt and long sleeve pants.
Oof, that is the no-go zone.
Tricked you guys.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should go ahead of you. Just to carry
Make
the
our
empty
lives
plates.
miserable.
Yeah, also carry those two probably somewhat empty plate at this point. Kind of wouldn't want those to be lost in a room somewhere. Kitchen staff would probably have my head.
Or your blood.
Well, yeah, one of the vampires already tried to take all of it last night.
Hmm.
And
Yes,
thank the gods, it miserably failed.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I really owe Larissa a big one on that one. Well, anyways, I'll make my way over. Join me once you're dressed to your liking, dear. And then Saren would walk towards the dining hall.
All right. I will also be in the giant dining hall. My goodness.
All right. As our two lovebirds make their way, since they are familiar with Dimitri's manner by now, as all of you see Sarin and Ilara arrive.
Good morning.
Good morning.
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 Blessed dawn be upon you two.
And to you in return.
Ugh, I swear that turn of phrase. I heard it so often, but feels weird to hear it again.
You'll be hearing it a lot more.
Oh, it wasn't a complaint, Acacius.
That sounded threatening.
It was. I'll make a proper paladin out of you, Saren.
Ooh.
Don't change him.
Oh,
Should I be scared?
You know what? Saren would break with what he would usually do, seeing where everybody else is sitting, and would sit at the end of the table by Dimitri. One usually would try to sit as far away as possible as to the vampire lord, but you know what? This guy made it in his good book, so
In case you saw he stole that far away from the Vampire Lord spot.
yeah. But I mean, like table, like the seat or kind of deal. But yeah, it's like I hope you don't mind. I kind of borrowed two opening plates for Alara. She kind of felt like, well, staying in bed for a little while, so figured I'd grab her a little snack before the main course. Putting the plate back on the probably empty to 3/4 empty plates back on the table at that point.
Dimitri looks at everyone. Well, it looks like everybody is here. please enjoy your meal. As
Hmm.
food is served, your plates have all the cutleries that you could want, all the formal metal, silver, beautiful golden plates. Um, it's quite obvious Dimitri is stupid rich, like any of the other vampire lords.
Stupid rich. Well done.
I mean, when you live for a very long time, you're quite good. You become quite good at increasing your wealth.
If you live for a long time and aren't wealthy, I think that's sad. So
That's why
Well,
poor elves should be scoffed at.
Oh, oh my gosh.
don't worry, I'm not a poor elf.
Really? How many gold
Whoops.
coins do you have in your inventory right now?
Where is it? There it is. 1,750.
That was a trick question. You should have
Oh.
platinum coins if you're not poor.
Oh,
Technically speaking,
Nailed it.
she has equivalent of platinum
One.
coins.
Right?
Mm.
No, is it
100
10 or
gold.
100? Yeah. Okay. So she has 10. Okay. Cool.
okay. All of you can repeat out at the table because I imagine you'll have much to talk about.
So, people, I want to thank every one of you to have made sure I got out of there alive. That guy went
Yes.
straight for the
Mhm.
throat. Pretty sure he would not have turned me, but rather drained me totally.
Yeah.
And just so that it's on record for everybody. If I'm ever in a situation where a vampire is turning me, and that I pose a risk of coming back and turning against you, don't hesitate.
Worry not, son. I am well experienced when it comes to. And he holds his tongue, kind of side-eyeing Dimitri.
Oh.
On
He smiles at you.
on
Love
such a
you.
note, there's much that I am still uncertain of, and I would like to know. However, before I can ask for the secrets of which you have gathered, I should properly introduce myself, should I not? He kind of stands from his chair, and he goes down on a knee. You may call me Acacius. I am the 10th Drake Warden of the Knights of Urum? I think it's Urum. And I have been in search for the party that once gained my lord's favor. It is my belief that he has led me here, that he may be reborn, as is his calling. He then takes his executioner's sword and kind of lifts it out of its sheath and slams it back down 3 times. Each time, a sort of not bright, but like medium brightness, blue light sheens out of the sheath, and then closes as he shuts it.
Are we just going to ignore the light show? Because I'm pretty sure that's Astafarios' job.
Yeah, I was about to say, why should
I
we
mean,
acknowledge
our
it when
part
we
one.
have? Yeah, why should we acknowledge it when Safarius over there can literally blind all of us within a matter of a fraction of a second?
I mean, I already saw Acacius's introduction, so I'm just. Eh.
Acacia's gonna cough. Usually, an introduction is followed by another introduction.
Wouldn't you like
I
to
don't
know?
really know who any of you are. Beyond rumors.
Ooh.
Well, let me be the first to put some of the rumors someone with your background might have heard, if you ever heard my name. But I would be Saren. I'm I'm a
I guess
son.
I'll make a.
I'm a son of
I guess-
Freya, as far as I'm concerned. But as for parents of blood, can't say I know them. I just so
Yes.
happen to be also engaged to this lady over here, Elara.
This lady. My goodness. Yes,
Pleasure
yes.
to meet
Well,
you, Saren.
I'm Alara. Alara Nightshade of the Nightshade family. Ooh. Don't talk about my parents. I don't like them. And I'm here to keep my idiot fiance from dying. That'd be bad.
I can understand that one. Nice to meet you, Alara.
Nice to meet you too.
I am Larissa, our co-arch Druidess of the Meadows, and fiance of Lord Dimitri over here, and she'll give a small gesture to Dimitri.
An honor to meet you, Artrudis.
And it is a pleasure to meet you as well.
I mean, we've talked briefly, but
You didn't actually
I'm
introduce
Marceline.
yourself last night.
I'm Marceline, and I'm daughter of Lord Jarmajonder. And I've been doing this for, I think, like 8 or 9. I don't remember. It's been a long year.
I see.
Um.
Well.
Yeah.
It is nice to meet you, Marceline.
Night
That's
will
Still listen to her.
night will most likely Night will most likely make a fist. Put the fist on his chest. I am Night. I like to kill demons. I like to kill bad people. And I like to drink a lot.
Well, then perhaps, Knight, you should consider changing your name to Light. Considering your modus operandi.
He looks at you like the joke flies over his head.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
Yes. Yes. It's a pleasure to meet you. He takes another swig. Stola's voice is out. Stola Salonaris, astral elf of the starry plains.
Pleasure to meet you, Stola.
Thank you for assisting us yesterday.
Well, I saw a group of vampires attacking a group of, well, travelers. And while I will admit there are definitely many, gesturing to Lord Dimitri, who are on the side of good, my experience made me act alternative to that. He's just being very careful to choose his words to not offend the vampire lord, despite being not big fans of vampires.
Yep. Hestafarius will introduce himself. There is a flash of light from his wings. I am Hestafarius the Bright. All evil trembles before me. He smiles proudly.
It will be an honor to serve with you, your godliness.
Oh, I am far from a god. I may be divine, but I am far from it. You should see my superior, Lady Freya. She, now that is a god.
While true, your divinity far outshines my mortality. So from where I stand, you might very well be a god.
He looks at you, he smiles. You have made, you have definitely made a good impression with the angel. And lastly, Dmitri speaks up. Well, you already know the manner in which you are staying in. Carve Manor. This is my home. I am Demetrius Carve, one of the 9, or as of yesterday, one of the main 8 vampire houses. Service to His Majesty Lucian Rivane. You have my thanks and my gratitude for protecting my friends.
It was no bother. Besides, you more than paid it back with saving my own life, and the lodgings you have granted me this evening.
He smiles at you. Tell me, Acacius, what brought you all the way to Medusa's lair?
I was following a lead. See, as I learned from Marceline last night, we all were present at that awful battle. I lost a great number of my friends and fellow members of my order, though my lord may have vanished during that bout. I am of the belief he still guides us, and little by little I have felt pulls, bringing myself closer and closer to the directions of rumors until I finally realized, I believe, at least, that my lord sought for me to find you lot. I do not know what his goals are or what his intentions are for me. I must only assume that it is to bring forth the light. And I hope that it will allow me to see him once more. So I hope that a lot of you would not mind accepting me into your party.
We'd be honored if you would join us.
As far as I'm concerned, anybody that jumps down the hole to go and rescue people he doesn't even know, that's someone I want on my side.
Yeah.
Cassius kind of gives a bow. I had heard, well, I had heard of the Medusa, and had hoped I could investigate her curse, the poor soul, before any bounty hunters sought her out. But well, your party had since beat me to that, along with, well, the souls I was able to put to rest last night.
Mhm.
Thank you again for that, Lord Dimitri.
You are most welcome, my friend.
Does that
And
answer your question?
and if it is any consolation, I do not believe the Dragon Knight has perished. It will take a lot more than that to kill something like him.
And even if he had, our core teachings state that should he fall, I am sure he will be reborn. That is my belief, at least.
From personal experience, I'm pretty sure if he was dead, you pretty much all of his clerics wouldn't be able to cast magic gained from that. I
That
think
is, of course,
maybe,
the silver lining.
yeah, I could be wrong though.
Larissa is going to stiffen a bit at the mention of being reborn, looking at Dimitri, due to the conversation they had about how she was brought here.
He smiles reassuringly at Larissa.
Lord Dimitri, pardon my rudeness in asking this question, but I have never had the chance to speak at length with a vampire as high of a ranking as yourself. Are you able to stand beneath the sun?
He looks at you and smiles. No, I am not.
Do you ever wish to be able to see the dawn once again? To see the sun as it rises?
I will be honest. There are days when I do wish I was still mortal.
If you were given a chance, would you take it? With everything you've gained and achieved, would you be willing to throw all that away?
Knowing what I know, I think not, because I wish to protect my family.
I understand, and that is a noble wish. It is merely something I was curious about. I've met vampires in the past who have longed to see it so much that they threw themselves to their own dooms. And I've never been sure whether that was truly how they felt, or merely an act with the intention of deceiving me. I'm glad, I suppose, to know that even those who live amongst the night can crave the warmth of the sun from time to time.
He smiles at you.
I saw nibble on some bacon underneath my mask.
Mm-hmm. You see Hestafarius just takes his fork, stabs the whole pork, and just flicks the whole pork onto his tray. His piece is not a plate, it's a tray, full blown tray. And he just starts attacking the pork.
Is there a plate of bacon near me?
Yes.
I'm sliding it over to Estefarius. He earned it.
You all just hear, oh, good pork. Oh, we don't have this back home.
They don't have bacon in the heavens?
He looks at you. No, proof. It's a very hard commodity to obtain.
You sure you're really from the heavens and not the hells, then? Cassius chuckles to himself.
He chuckles as well. Mm, mm.
Well, I'm sure if they do have some in the hells, it would probably be charred to blackness.
Ugh. That's a crime, that.
Yeah, at that point, I might
So-
want to redo my old oath.
So, do you all perhaps think you could explain to me what yesterday was about? Why that former lord was attacking you? What this
So
stuff
that-
with the Mother Soul Weaver is about?
well,
I feel
about
as though I stumbled upon something I've, in part, wished I had remained oblivious to, but now that I am part of it, feel
well,
as though I should be aware of.
well, long story short, on the why that house hates us, it's partly my fault on that one. I
You say
might,
your it's a joint effort.
yeah. Well, the thing is, during the masquerade, I kind of pulled a unwilling prey from his clutches, and might not have rendered him all the respect that he was expected. So ever since then, he didn't quite take a liking to me. So when they got a chance to take my head, I guess they took it.
Yeah, I think he might also be partially pissed at Larissa, though I don't think it's anything she did.
It just seems odd to me for a lord to come after you personally.
Well, his servants failed.
Yeah.
He wanted to harm my friends and loved ones through me, and so he decided by taking a jab at us, it would enrage Dimitri in turn.
Well, clearly that was a terrible idea on his part.
It was
I mean,
indeed.
enraged. I mean, he enraged more than Dimitri.
Oh, I swear, I thought that the ceiling would collapse in that courtroom.
I'll be honest, I did not
Yeah.
expect him to be disintegrated.
Yeah, that was a pleasant thing to witness.
Speaking of disintegrating,
Sorry.
Lord Dimitri, if you ever need to vent your frustration or something, I still have two of his minion head in the bag of holding if you need something as a punching bag or something.
He smiles. As entertaining as that would be, I do find the notion of having heads in my home a little bit too vulgar for my taste.
Yeah, very
Theron,
well. I'll
might you
feed
give
them.
those
I'll feed them
might
to
you
the
give
wolf or
those
something.
heads to me,
Ah,
that I can put them to rest?
you know what? I
Do
wasn't
they
too-
deserve it?
Well,
All beings, living or unliving, deserve to be put to rest.
yeah, technically those bodies are
You cannot
buried.
imagine the mental strain that undergoes the body
Ye-
during the transformation.
Yeah, the bodies are buried under rubbles right now, but if we're to teach anything, it's redemption. Sure, why not? After we're done here, I'll transfer them over to your care.
I appreciate such things, Saren.
Um. Phyllis, do you want to talk about the letter you received to everyone else, or do you want to keep that between us and I guess Acacia's?
I only sort of understood half of what was said anyways, so.
I'm sorry, Marcin, what did you say?
I was asking Stolas if he wanted to talk about the letter he received, or if he wants to keep that pretty much private.
Stolas looks at the group. Um, well, I suppose now is a good time to talk about it. Well, I will be most likely taking my leave from the group. It has been very fun to travel with all of you, but due to the certain nature of things, Lord Yormoganda has made a personal request that I help him in finding the other remaining zodiacs for Marceline. I will start with the miasma, the poisonous miasma in the Aegean Mountains, where it most likely is the dwelling place of the zodiac Scorpio. I will send word, and then I will move on and find the next one.
Lord Hestafarios, what is he talking about? Okay, she's kind of lean over towards Hestafarios.
Hestafarios looks at you. I don't know.
I'm.
Gods must be God stuff.
I see.
I can explain who the zodiacs are. The 13 zodiacs, the constellations, are beings from this beings in charge of guarding one specific thing, and they all have certain abilities that, if you bond with them via some trial, you will gain those abilities. Acacius, I believe you saw me use one of them. Well, the only one I have at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I see.
In fact, I actually bonded with Epithecus during the fight down there.
Ophiuchus.
The snake, isn't it?
Thank you. Ophiuchus. During the fight in the hells.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So
Actually,
Stolas.
Speaking of zodiacs, do we know if Pisces has another shrine, considering the other one got destroyed?
I do
That
not
sounds
know,
like
Marceline.
something you would have to ask your father. Isn't he the one who has him now?
Well, Pisces was returned to the starry realm when Libra came by to pick them up, but yeah, that's something I will have to ask as soon as possible.
So, moving on, I suppose. It was nice meeting you, Stolas, though it was short-lived. I am still confused upon this whole Mother Soul Reaver returning thing. That seems like something that has been glossed over a lot.
Well, from what we've learned from the mouth of Medusa, long story short, she's bound to reincarnate unless we proceed in getting rid of her in a very specific way. So the last war didn't achieve what it set out to do.
She has been
Yes.
reborn. She is now Athena, one of the demon princes.
I see. And this is being kept very secret from what I learned from the temple. But this
Correct.
seems like a big deal. Something that
Would you
all
create mass
forces.
panic if everyone were to know prematurely?
Well, I wouldn't know about. You okay there, Dimitri?
Did you fight somebody?
Personally,
He
in
dropped
my head,
all
what's
the
happening right
cutlery.
now is what's happening right now is Dimitri's going through dishes so fast that
Sorry.
he's just
I
chucking
was making a
cutlery
drink.
fast behind him, and
I was
Alistair's
like making
catching
a
it all
drink.
as he's throwing it.
I was like, all right, they're starting. I'm gonna go. I want to make a drink while I listen in.
Hold on, I need to go through my files.
But I wouldn't say mass panic, but surely there are still enough high-ranking individuals, skilled enough individuals to assemble. I mean, no offense, but a larger group than this,
Well,
and go for the throat as soon as possible.
well,
I'm afraid we're all not strong
Would
enough.
caution, but should she come to fruition, everything is. No, my lord will come back. Everything would not be over.
well, let's put it this way. Took a group of 6 people to end it last time, but it needed to be the 6 right people. What
Yeah,
tells
I
you that this
think
time would be any different?
what is
This is
important for that prophecy to be fulfilled is the brothers must fight, but we have yet to locate one of them. We have an idea of where the other could be, but we are searching for Altarian.
And is that the goal moving from here? To try and find this brother?
Well,
I believe it would
yes.
be beneficial, but as long as he is alive, we have hope, for he must kill his brother Salabana.
and then along that path, we also have to stay aware and on the lookout for the Eyes of Mana if we ever find somebody that has them.
Mr. DM, I would like to make a check. Perhaps a history check to know if I recognize that name, Salabana.
My friend, you don't need to make no check. You know who
Okay.
that person is. He is.
Our current pain in the neck.
I don't want to spoil things for the party, but
You could
what we have
message me if it's
discussed,
something. Yes. Okay. I wanted to be
you
sure whether or not that was
know,
character or an out of
you
character.
know who they are talking about. They are talking about him.
So,
Acacius definitely scoffed. That blown up prick.
Yeah.
Acacius, to help in your understanding, I have 4 books I think you should read. I'm going to
Oh.
hand him, I'm going to get out of my backpack The Truth of Nerman, The Inverse Tree, Fangs of Heaven, and the East West Dragon books and hand them to him.
All right. Acacia's gonna start reading.
Alright.
2 of the PDFs are on Millinote. I'll try and find the other 2, but I think that was just a verbal explanation, so I'll review my notes for those.
I think I have. Let me see here. I should double check something.
so I heard there was a package for me.
Hestafarios looks at you. He like he like puts a hand up to gesture. Please wait, I need to swallow. So he swallows and yes, I have a package for you.
Ooh.
You gave me that paper to unlock the chest, and
Yeah.
well, I had 50 tons of stone about to collapse on me, and I decided, why not just take the whole chest and go?
Oh, well, good thinking, Hestafarius.
As of course, you you see beside Hestafarius when you're walking in, you saw a golden, beautiful chest, almost as big as Hestafarius himself.
Very pretty, very beautiful. I'm sure the puzzle was fantastic.
Well,
Never said it's unlocked.
I exactly what Mr. Sarin has declared. Um, I have not unlocked it yet. I figured if it was a gift, it should be you who unlocks it.
Unlock it I shall.
It's
And
basically the type where you have to roll the numbers, and then when you roll the correct number, it will unbuckle on the inside.
do we have the paper, or do we just got to start
Be back in
guessing
a moment.
numbers?
No, Medusa gave you the paper. Medusa
Okay.
gave you the numbers. Yeah. As
All
the
right,
forest didn't have time to input the numbers, because the whole mountain was about to collapse on him.
I'm opening that. I'm opening it.
All right. You input the numbers. As you roll, you have to roll 4 different numbers, and as you roll the appropriate numbers, you get a 7, a 1, a 4, and a 9. And when you open it, there is a click.
Oh.
What do you do, Missy Lara?
I open the lid.
You open the lid and you see a beautiful, ornate bow. Gold and give me a second. Let me read the description that I wrote for Medusa's bow. You see the bow, even though it is gold, it is made of golden wood.
Whoa.
The thread that pulls the ends of the bow together, it feels smooth like silk, and it glows with a faint golden and bluish light. The string.
Wow.
As
My
it just
goodness.
sits there rested on the pillow of the chest.
I'm gonna take a second.
That's a
and
pretty
take it all in.
bow.
I know, I'm taking it all in. Quite a gift indeed. I have never quite seen a bow so excellent as this one. And I pick it up.
As you pick it up, you begin to feel the weave flowing through. it feels just right in your head. And you begin to kind of move it in the air, turning it around. And you begin to just pluck the bowstring just to kind of like feel the smoothness. The bow feels ancient, but it feels incredibly mighty.
My goodness, gonna make me cry with such a pretty bow.
As there's a surge of power filling the entire room, as Ilara, bow itself, you feels, studies you, examines you, for keeping its master alive and showing mercy. Bow accepts you as its new master. As all that surge of energy flows back into the bow. Yes. It just looks like a common bow and no one is none the wiser.
Wow. I don't even know what to do. Lord Dimitri, is there a place for me to test out my new bow?
Well, we have an archery range.
Will do. And I will actually go sit back down, as I will go to the archery range later.
As all of you just saw a very powerful display.
Speaking of weapons training, Marceline, we should probably get to getting you sparring with some melee weapons soon.
Oh, right. That's a good idea.
Lord
I
Dimitri,
should also.
Lord Dimitri, I assume you have some old sword that aren't exactly actively used around that we could probably use as practice.
Mhm. I should also, at some point before Dad has to go, uh, 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 do his duty, probably check on him and also have him like confirm that I am perfectly okay. Because I'm pretty sure he knows what happened.
Then I suppose you better start sending him a message.
Oh, yeah, hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and send a message. Hey Dad, just to confirm, yes, I am perfectly okay. Just still a little bit achy after what happened, but I'm perfectly fine. Also, before I forget, does Pisces have another shrine considering the one that Pisces was in before what happened got destroyed?
As your message reaches the Black King, Marceline, you hear in your mind, "Ugh, ugh, not this time, you bastard. Ah! Oh, hey, darling.
Oh.
You still want to work? You still want to work after? Take a rest, my dear." And then you hear like some struggling sounds. And then you just hear a loud yelling of Meteor Swarm. And then you just hear like boom, and loud explosions taking place.
Okay, he's very busy fighting right now.
As that is all you get from him.
All right.
And then after like there's a pause, and then you get a message of, please tell me he died horribly.
He got disintegrated. King Lucian disintegrated him. It was terrifying.
Ah, the vein is too soft. I would have strung him by the neck and have him be pulled apart by the abyss itself.
I like that one better.
That is equally as terrifying, actually.
Personally, Siren would have opted for pinning them down in outside the dark domain and letting the sun kill them.
Ooh, good one.
Saren said he would have opted for letting the sun kill him.
Eh, not not terrible, but I like my idea better. Yes, that is your conversation with the Black King. Going
Alright,
back to the
did
table, does anybody say or do anything?
Did he confirm if Pisces has another shrine or like at the moment?
No, Pisces does not have another shrine.
Well,
Right, that should.
well, Marceline, I
Sorry.
might not be as experienced as Acacius over there with all the current religious affair, but as far as I recall from my education, any shrine can be rebuilt and reconsecrated with a bit of time and effort.
Yeah,
Acacius,
know
who has
how
been Acacius, who has been slumped down on the table for like the past minute, suddenly shoots his head back up. Yes, yes, I believe so as well, Saren. That was odd. I felt as though the void took hold of me.
Build their existing shrine, or we build them a new one. I mean, we've built makeshift shrines before.
Either way, I don't think it matters as long as it's consecrated properly.
Yeah, I don't know how to go about making a shrine, actually.
It was our previous paladin who helped construct them, so we are a bit lost as to where to begin.
Yeah.
I recall creating a statue, but from there, our paladin was able to make it effective for the needs we were in need
Can
of.
I make a religion roll to see what I know about rebuilding or building shrines?
May I as well?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright.
You both don't need to roll. You both just know.
Okay, cool.
You both naturally know. You just, for a shrine, you need a centerpiece. You need holy water to consecrate and bless the centerpiece and the table, and a prayer to said entity.
Oh, I don't know how to pray, actually.
I can teach you, as can Saren. Though I might have to reteach him.
Well, I've only ever prayed to one specific being. So, the very specific prayers to others, I might be a bit rusty on.
Yeah. That,
I think
and
I have
I
a book
also
of them
gotta,
somewhere.
yeah, and I also got to figure out what Pisces likes. I mean, Pisces got reincarnated, so I don't know if what applied to the previous iteration would apply to this iteration, or if something's different. So
Well, it's not like we can't just go back to the old location to take at least inspiration from it.
I mean, it's
It's a good
rubble
starting point.
at this point.
Yeah, but even in Rubbles, you can find design or ideas that might still remaining there.
Agreed.
Saren, you and I could also make our way to the main temple of the city and ask them. They may well have information. Perhaps in the archives.
Yes, and in the worst case scenario, we can always contract it to a proper temple if we don't have the time to do it ourselves.
Yes.
But at this point, it is relatively simple enough that both me and Acacius, Bard making the building itself, should probably be able to fix that up pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've eaten my fill. What about all of you?
Yeah, I'm pretty much full.
I
do have-
suppose we should get a start on this day.
Mm-hmm.
Any quarrels?
None.
No, but still is. When are you going to leave?
I will be packing my bags right after breakfast, actually. The sooner I leave, the quicker I can get started.
All right.
Larissa's going to turn to Dimitri and ask, are you aware of any locations of worship for Pisces or any of the other starred beings?
Well, it's been some time, but I have some theories. You all could consider investigating Scorpius Shrine since you already know where it is. You just have to find a way to get past the poison.
Yeah. I mean, the poison is going to get tested. So, hold on. Should I put a little bit of the poison I got from Pithecus in like a vial, so that can also be tested on and like compared and contrasted.
Is this special celestial poison or just like normal poison?
I want to say it's
Well,
special.
well,
It's best.
according to the ones who encountered the miasma first, it said that the poison was infectious to and lethal to those who inhaled it. However, because the ones that discovered it were vampires, they discovered they could not use their magics when this poison was present in the air, the miasma.
So a spell like protection from poison likely wouldn't do us much good, would it?
I've already brought it up when the groups already started talking about it, and it didn't seem to be conclusive on the going ahead with that one. Even my lay on hands might not be enough.
True, true. Well, I suppose we can. If Marceline, if you wish to see off your friend, I can go ahead and make my way towards the temple to try and gather information and reconvene here in a little bit. Would
Okay.
anyone like to come with me?
I'll go with you.
Well, I kind of have to make sure that I hold the promise I made to Marceline, so I think I'll stay here and whenever she's done saying bye to Stolas, get right into
Okay.
it.
We
Very
might as
well.
well collect some holy water while we're over there.
True.
Yeah, I wish I could create those, but I don't. Sadly, don't have for 25 gold worth of powdered silver on me.
Not yet.
It sounds like it's a day for shopping.
Shopping episode.
And I
Yay!
guess we'll head out.
Yeah.
To the street. Thank you for the meal, Lord Dimitri. And Acacius will kind of stand and begin to kind of walk out backwards. Well, like half backwards. Basically, he's keeping his face towards Dimitri as he's walking out of the room.
Larissa will excuse herself, give him a quick peck on the cheek, say goodbye, and go out the door.
He bids both of you a good journey. What do the rest want to do at the table?
Well,
I'm
Sarin
gonna go
would.
to.
Go ahead, Eva.
I'll go to the archery range.
And then after Elra does that, Sarin would get up and walk toward Stolas. I'm sorry to interrupt Marceline, but. And then he would extend his hand to Stolas. Well, Stolas, it was short, but I appreciate all the help you brought to us. I wish you luck with your future endeavors.
He grabs your hand firmly. Likewise, Mr. Sarin.
And don't worry, we'll try to do our best to keep her safe too.
Stillus, are you going to need help packing?
Oh, I think I'll be fine. I will say my goodbyes before I leave. One more time.
Okay. Just know if something happens while you're researching and trying to figure it out, let me know and I'll get there to help you out as soon as possible.
Of course.
Marceline is just going to like lift her arms up a bit, like, and basically asking Stillus if he wants a hug.
He looks at you. You know, I imagine Marceline is like short and then he's a very tall elf. He reaches down and gives you a hug.
Marceline is tearing up a bit, but she fully understands why Stillus has to go.
Oh, you big crybaby. It will be you. He brushes her hair a little bit.
It got quiet for a bit. Did you get cut off or something?
No?
Oh,
No. I said what I said.
alright. Please be safe out there.
Are you kidding? Have you seen me fight? Please. It is the world that should fear me.
Yeah. Marceline is just going to like quickly grab her old tomb from back when she was a warlock and give it to Stolas. It's just like, uh, this is as a thanks.
I'm sorry. What does Marceline give him?
Back when she was a warlock, she was a act of the tome. Like the boon was a tome, so she's giving.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
He smiles at you and takes the book with both hands. Thank you, Marceline.
All right. I'll go let you get Pat.
Yeah. As he heads off, leaving the room.
After the handshake and whatnot, Siren would go to the courtyard gathering whatever passes for training swords or training daggers or anything short that Marceline may be able to wield, and waiting in there for her to finish.
All right. Marceline, at some point after Solus officially leaves, it will catch up with Saren and get ready to train.
The moment you get into Siren's vision, first thing he does, he throws you a short sword, trying to see if you catch it or not.
What catch would that be?
No,
Or not catch? What
it just,
would
it
that
just,
be?
it just essentially Siren like throwing you a blade, but like all the fucking profile of the blade right across you. It's like, here, it won't fly far, so catch it.
All right.
It's
I'm
just for
going to
flavor.
roll to see if
It's just for flavor.
Marceline can. Would that be sleight of hand, acrobatics, or just it's all +1. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
roll
you
sleight
can,
of
you
hand.
can, yeah, you can just roll either. Yeah.
12.
I didn't throw it that hard, so I think that should probably catch it.
You catch it mid-air, like a true badass.
Well, that's step one, Marceline. Now let's see if you can wield it, and then you would start the training with Marceline.
All right.
So,
Okay.
what does Alora want to do during this time?
Mm-hmm. Did we lose Alara?
Sorry, my mic was muted. Like my physical mic.
You're fine.
I am learning how to use my new bow.
Okay, yeah, you follow Siren and Marceline to the training grounds. There is an archery range.
A beautiful archery range.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I knock an arrow in the bow and I pull back to shoot the bow.
As you
For the
begin to
target.
pull the bowstring back, you feel your arrow begins to coat in the magic of the bow. And as you release your shot, the arrow flies to the target, causing the target that's made up of compressed hay to just scatter everywhere from that force damage.
Well then. Alara is gonna be very shocked at that. That is a very powerful bow. I don't know how else she'd react. Oh, let me think about that. I think she'd definitely be surprised. I didn't quite realize it was this powerful. I'll have to write Medusa a thank you letter.
Sarin and Marceline, Ilara was literally doing this right behind you guys. As you guys just hear boom, and then as hay is just scattered everywhere.
At this point, Siren would look at Marceline. It's like, if you see your arrow behind my head, warn me.
All
I'm
right.
not a bad shot.
Yet.
This is Marceline's reaction.
I'm not blaming you, Alara. I'm just saying, Yubo.
Not yet, Acacius. That's where the bad dice go into jail.
Huh?
Acacius said yet to my bad shot, and so it's like, no, because the bad dice go in jail.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Um, that is happening at the training grounds. Dimitri is more or less hanging out with Hestafarios and Knight. We will go to Larissa and Acacius. As you both travel through the streets of the Dark Domain, where are you two heading or looking for?
I'm heading towards that temple that I went to last night, because if I recall, you mentioned there was a handful of different shrines and whatnot there.
Yeah,
So I figure
yeah. It's a
by
cathedral.
going there, by going there, we might be able to get some lead on Pisces or what to do to establish some kind of shrine for him,
Okay.
or perhaps gain access to some kind of records that might be able to give us information.
Yep, yep. The two of you make your way to the cathedral. As of course, Larissa, you have been here to the Dark Domains Cathedral before some time ago. There you see the very proud statues of Mana, god of magic. He's just standing there in his regal stony form. Not much offerings made to him. And then you see the statues of Dralnas, the fire giant, proudly standing with his fiery whip. The statue of Freya with her glorious angelic wings, and the statue of Cinder Basilis. And all three of their statues, different offerings of flowers and fruits and food and gold are made.
As
Of
we
course,
pass by the mana statue, Acacius is going to lay down 2 coins and light an incense at it.
Larissa's going.
Seeing the
Sorry.
lack of upon seeing the lack of shrine, like prayers to it, give him a little bit of a prayer.
Larissa will lay down a flower and offer a small prayer to Dralnus, wishing him luck in his endeavors and in search of Cinder, knowing that they are close friends.
mm-hmm.
So from there, we'll move inside.
Also, sorry to
You
interrupt.
all,
Sorry to interrupt, but just one thing. Also, Saren would have given the heads to Acacius if he wanted to take them before he left.
Yeah, I can probably have them put to rest in the cathedral itself. So.
okay. You make your way into the cathedral. There you see the high priest whom you met before. He seems to be just giving some encouragement to one of the many pilgrims that have traveled all the way to this particular cathedral. He quickly finishes up as he recognizes you.
Blessed dawn upon you, head priest. How do you fare this morning?
Ah, a busy morning. A lot of pilgrims today. Uh,
Well, that
what
is
can I
always a
do
good
for
thing, is
you?
it not?
Oh, I was not complaining. It is always good when a soul turns over a new leaf.
Indeed. Me and he'll gesture to Larissa. Lady Larissa here. We were hoping you could assist us in a manner. She understands it a little more than I do, so perhaps I'll have her explain.
We are seeking to create a shrine for Pisces so that we may hope they respond to our prayers. Would you have any supplies necessary in order to create such a shrine?
Pisces. Wow. I have not heard any of the names of the zodiacs in decades.
I too was shocked to hear them mention them, but I was hoping perhaps the church records could hold some secret to it, if you yourself do not know.
The high priest ponders for a moment. He looks to be like a little bit taken aback. By the way, both of you can tell he's an old elf. Okay, like he's a really old elf. Like his skin is, it looks like an old man's, like a 90-year-old man's skin. And for elves, that means that he's probably like 800 years old. Yeah. He looks at you both, and it's like he's lost in thought, like memory. Like what you have said has triggered something. Oh, it's like a face of like awe and fear at the same time. Oh, I remember when I was a boy. I met the zodiac Leo. It was my only instance of meeting one of the 13 zodiacs.
What was the impression they left of you?
He was marvelous and such power, such might. There was a very wicked, crazy vampire. Even the kings of the land at that time could not stop him. And then a young woman came, and she was able to call Leo into our village when the vampire was raiding our village.
What was the name of this vampire?
He called himself Cass. He was trying to recruit more people into his armies for something called Vecna. Of course, when Leo showed up, the fight was one-sided.
In whose favor?
In the favor of the king of the zodiacs.
Come now, Larissa. We're in a cathedral. Do you think you would tell us a story where the divine loses?
They value honesty above all. It is possible.
One
Perhaps.
as wise as him could have a great many stories to choose from.
and I would love nothing more than to listen to these stories all day. However, I am curious to see how Marceline responds to the news of this.
Perhaps you can relay it to her later. But
I will indeed.
moving forwards, do you think the records of the temple have anything that might be able to assist us?
Larissa's gonna give it
Um,
some thinking.
um, I don't have much written here about the zodiacs. There you would have better fortune at the Mages Guild. It's usually the mages and sorcerers, and it's usually those very deeply inclined to the weave that would try to obtain these zodiacs as contracts and familiar spirits.
I see. Then I suppose we can go ask them next.
Yes.
Oh, before I forget, I'm not sure I will have time today, and I would like these two souls to be consecrated as soon as possible. Could I perhaps pay for a service here? And he'll kind of throw out the heads that are now inside of bags. I came across these.
The
Which
man
which
the man
are
stuffs the head
They're inside
back
of
into
They're
the
inside
bag.
of bags still.
yeah
They're
He
not
just
the
like
bag of holding, but they're inside of like
yeah which for
some
reference
bag that I acquired.
for reference for the people that were here is the head of Jackal, the one that was in heavy armor, and the bald guy that drained Saren.
mhm.
Yeah.
He stuffs both head in, looks at you with the "Are you crazy?" He has the face of like the "Are you crazy?" Look, there are children here.
Perhaps we should have pulled
Children
him
are not
aside.
children are not described to me upon entering, so I assumed it was merely pilgrims who would be honored to bear witness to a consecration ceremony by the High Temple priest himself.
Oh, I will do it in a private room. He takes the bag from you. Um, what happened to their bodies?
Unfortunately, they were lost beneath a temple as it collapsed. I've tried to consecrate as many as I could, but there are simply those I could not reach.
Mm,
This is all that I was able to get a hold of.
very well. I will. I'll have them buried and laid to rest.
Thank you very much, Your Holiness. And Acacius will give kind of a bow. How much is he going to charge me for this?
It's a offering, love gift offering.
Okay. That is good. And I suppose I will give an offering to the temple of about I'll give the temple 13 gold just to have. As my thanks for the past couple days. For yesterday and today. And then I suppose I'll be on my way to the Mages Guild.
Okay. Larissa, you doing anything in the cathedral?
She's going to just offer a silent prayer of thanks for the safety that her group has had thus far.
Okay, very good. As you both start to make your way to the Mages Guild. In the Mages Guild, it is a bustling academy with a lot of arcane students. Some of the more prominent ones, you can tell, are wearing the robes of their noble houses, and the rest are mostly commoners. as you both walk into the Mages Guild estate. What do you both do?
So I do have a question. Acacius is still wearing his full armor and mask, which I suspect is probably a strange sight, or at least drawing an attention drawing sight in a mage's guild. So what is sort of the general reaction to seeing him and Larissa walk in?
When you both walk in, nobody, like people notice the two of you coming in, but even the security guard doesn't even stop you. The security guard just lets you walk right in, like, please go in.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, nobody bats an eye. But by the way Larissa is dressed, you quickly get the idea people assume you are her security guard.
That works in my favor. Then, are you acquainted with these guilds? I haven't worked with one in quite some time, Larissa.
I'm afraid I'm not acquainted with the guilds here.
Then it's a
That-
check. What kind of check should I do?
Make me a history check.
Okay.
You can do it.
Oof.
Can I give you the help action?
How does Larissa help the Acacios?
She's going to discreetly point at the various emblems that they may see across the room and see if that jogs his memory with it for anything.
Okay, roll one more time.
Okay, let's see what we do. Oh, that was very close. That
was much better.
That. So you guys didn't see. Was it teetered on the 13 and the 1 for a second there?
Wow, nice. With your 19, the first thing you know about Mages Guilds is that they have apprenticeships. The reason you are seeing a lot of magical students is because students come to apprentice in these guilds to further hone their magical control and use it in real life situations. Um, the Mages Guild is also the place of sharing knowledge, collecting and hoarding archaic discoveries, um, even a safe place for young wizards to make contracts with familiar spirits, celestial and fey creatures, and for the more experienced and seasoned and limited group of wizards and arcane users, contracts even with fiends.
Okay.
Right?
So then, with that knowledge, would I know who I can go to ask our question for,
You'd
based
probably
off of
have
the
to. You'd probably have to start with the main desk counter.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I will go to the main counter then, I suppose.
You see two ladies, both wearing arcane robes, the uniform of the Mages Guild, which is a nice black and white. Looks a little bit similar to the clothing a nun would wear.
Blessed morning upon you.
Both of them look at you. Ah, hello. How may we be of service?
Perhaps we were wondering if perhaps you could assist us with something. And he kind of gestures to Larissa again.
We are seeking materials in regards to Pisces. You would not have any information of how to construct a worthy temple for such a being, would you?
The zodiacs?
The
They
zodiac.
both look at each other. Well, I would recommend going to the 13th floor of our building. Um, there you should find uh, content about these zodiacs. When we're not sure if we have things written down about constructing a temple, but there should be something there.
Thank you very much for your assistance.
As Larissa and Acacius, when you hear 13th floor, both of you kind of like think in your minds like 13th floor. This place looks like it can only fit 2 floors. But then when you walk in, you realize it goes on and on and on.
How very impressive.
There are a lot of books in here. I suppose we should try and find the P section first. Or do you think it'd be under the Z section?
How about you take one and I will take the other?
Then I suppose I will take the P section.
And I will take the other.
Both of you, roll me intelligence checks.
Okay.
Oh, it teetered.
How do I do this? Like this? Here we go.
You have exploration.
I'm not using it on this. I'm going to save it just in case something else happens.
Larissa has been burnt too many times by the DM.
Now,
She knows.
I trust
If
no
I-
one.
if I happen to come across a book that's in another language that I can't quite make out, I am able to cast comprehend languages as part of my background.
Yep.
If that
What
changes
language is
anything
it?
at all.
I could probably maybe read it, depending what it is.
Oh, I'm just saying if I have like as part of me looking through books, if I happen to see something that I'm unsure about.
Ah.
That might just be something my character does to
Yeah.
take a peek to try and double check what he's looking at.
Okay. With your intelligence checks, Larissa, with your 8, you do look in the Z section and you collect like different books and things that you think might have stuff about the zodiacs, anything that you saw zodiac related, constellation related. You plucked it and you started to look through and you realized you were getting mentally overwhelmed with so many books. But with your 8, you do know that there are 13 zodiacs. You do know that the king of the zodiacs is Leo, and you do know that all the zodiacs come from a plane known as the starry plane. It is a completely different realm, separate from the astral realm. It is a place of very shiny and star related beauty. It is also said that only those who cannot breathe can survive there because the starry plane has no oxygen.
Oh dear.
That is what you learn about the zodiacs. You do know that in history, with your 8, only 2 people have been known to be able to the word used is covenant. The 13th person to successfully do this. Her name was Bayleaf Meadowlake. she was an owl, owlin.
Okay.
And the second person to attune, not attune, but to make a covenant with all 13 zodiacs was a space pirate from the astral realm, an astral elf called Vice. Captain Vice. Vice.
Yes.
Both of them, of course, came in different points of history. Captain Vice fought in the Titanomachy, where he summoned all 13 zodiacs to fight against the titans that descended upon Nirman 2000 years ago.
Who fought during the Titan War. Got it.
Mhm. Of course, during the Titan War, in the fight, a lot of gods and powerful beings died,
Mhm.
but Nirma never really won. The Titans just disappeared one day, just like that.
Yeah.
Just disappeared, no explanation. And ever since then, no one in history has made a covenant with all 13. It was assumed that Lord Yarmaganda, the Black King, would have been the first to do so. But the books don't state why he has failed to do so. Of course, you know why he can't go after all 13, because he has to protect Nirman from the void.
He's busy.
Mm-hmm. So he is hoping his daughter can do it. Yep, that is like the general information you kind of learn about the zodiacs. Acacius, with your 20, when you went to the P section, you, my friend, were very focused. You ignored everything. You ignored phoenixes. You ignored basically any other word in the letter P and only looked for Pisces. And my friend, you found a journal of a man who had a contract with Pisces.
I see.
The journal is written in Elvish because it was an Elvish man. It was an elf.
All right. Larissa is an elf, right? So I feel like I ought to at least show her the book before using comprehend languages. Can I tell it's Elvish without comprehend languages?
You look at it and it's like a English dude. He sees Chinese characters and he knows it's either Mandarin or
Okay, well
yeah, it's like that.
then I will go find Larissa and show her the book I found.
I do indeed speak Elvish. I understand Elvish.
Larissa, I found
Yeah.
a. Oh my God! What happened with all these books?
You see, I grabbed any book that said Zodiac, and I'm not entirely sure where to begin.
In case she just picks up on the books. This one says Zoders and React. Right. Anyways, this may be what we're looking for. And he hands her the book.
She's going to take it from his hands gently and start to flip pages in search of what we are looking for.
Acacius, you are a monster.
Hey, listen, I didn't make those videos. I merely found them.
Oh
I
my
think
I was-
god.
it was
Oh my gosh.
I was reminded of them when I heard the word bay leaf.
Yeah, the
Haven't
moment
heard
that
that.
word came to mind, it's like, nope, yeah, that's the Gen 2 starter second stage.
I haven't heard about that starter since I played Sapphire when it came out.
Monsters. All of you monsters.
Wait,
Okay.
what did I do?
Moving back to session. No, you're great. You're fine. It is Acacius that's the problem here.
The problem.
Okay. There we go.
Eat him
Problems,
into the
buddy.
void.
Well, you're just gonna let it go to waste when it dies? That's good food right there.
That sentence you
They
just
don't
said,
have
saying
they
you
don't
get
have normal
vegetables,
car. They don't have
so many interpretations.
they don't have normal animals there. That's where most of the food comes from.
Bro,
There's milk
Bro.
tank steaks.
bro, stop talking.
They're,
Okay?
they're literally dreaming
They
They
about
do have
magic
normal
art.
Down
fish
the
in
hole.
Pokemon, right?
They're just
I am a Magikarp in a suit of armor.
all
I
I'm
am the only one who can make these jokes.
yeah, all I'm saying is in the anime they literally dreamt of a fucking fillet of Magikarp.
I think they didn't just drink it; they did eat Magikarp.
Monsters. The lot of you.
All of you. Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
If my kind must be eaten, so must the others.
Hey, I love
I
Chikorita.
will bring balance to the carp.
To the food groups.
Exactly.
So,
No, moving back to the
Alright.
book.
Coming back. Larissa, yeah, you read it and yeah, you have that book. The book is rich in knowledge regarding Pisces, but there is a lot to read. And Larissa, you're a little bit overwhelmed right now with all the books that you just read.
She's starting to go a bit cross-eyed. And it's starting to speak nonsense after a couple minutes. Seemingly reading the sentences incorrectly.
Larissa, am I going to need to read through that, or will you be able to manage on your own?
I think I need a small break. Because some of these sentences don't make sense.
All right. Acacius will take it and he'll use comprehend languages and he'll start reading through the book himself.
Okay. You start to read through the book, and of course, with
I
your.
check off that I've used it. Like this? Okay, I've used it. There we go.
The words begin to reform themselves into the perceivable common language that you can understand. And you begin to read about a young elven mage. He was a wood elf. He came from the elven kingdoms, and he he didn't have a particular interest in finding any of the zodiacs, but what ended up happening is he happened to stumble in a cave, and when he entered this cave, he suddenly found himself in this snowy peak, this snowy area, and he saw what seemed to be like a huge temple with elevated steps, with huge pillars, and it had a symbol of two fishes with the bodies connected to each other. And he was curious about the whole matter and he went to investigate. And that was when he entered the temple, that was when he saw he saw Pisces for the first time. He had accidentally found the shrine of Pisces. Pisces questioned him about his role in the universe, and this elven man gave his answer. And Pisces accepted his answer and formed a contract with him. What ended up happening after that? This elven mage later on would begin to learn and discover that all the zodiacs have a shrine in the material plane. The only way to find Leo's shrine, he never found Leo's shrine. He found all the other shrines, but he never found Leo's. And the reason was because he, at the time, uh, he could not make a contract with Scorpio and Virgo because he couldn't fulfill two of their requirements. And so he never had the chance to see Leo's shrine. But according to him, Leo's shrine will only be made known to the person, according to Pisces, if someone is able to make a contract with all 12 zodiacs first before finding Leo's shrine.
Okay, so then to find
And all the locations of all 12 are written in the journal.
oh, well, that was easy, I suppose. Thank you, Lord, for guiding me to this bountiful book. All right, Larissa, this tells us what we need to know. Have you recovered enough for us to be on our way?
Yes, I believe so. She'll start putting books back.
Acacius will assist her. And I suppose we'll make our way. I guess I'll see if I can rent the book or whatever they do for books.
Easy enough. You take the book to the lady. How
Good
long do you
afternoon.
wish to rent the book?
I am not sure. Perhaps a couple days.
How long are we able to rent this book for?
Well, we allow a month. After a month, the book will disappear from wherever you are keeping it and do not to the library.
I didn't quite catch that.
It sounds like we can have it up to a month before it disappears forever.
Oh, it'll return to them though?
Yes, after a month,
Oh,
if
that
they
is
don't
rather
return
convenient.
on their own. Yep.
I was simply thinking we would return to the manor and show our colleagues, but if it's able to return on its own, I suppose that would be beneficial.
Yes, we don't stop here often, I'm afraid.
I see. Well, shall we be on our way then?
Of course. I'm sure Marceline will be very grateful for the book that you've located and found for us.
I guess we'll be on our way back.
You all make your way back as Marceline, you have a good training session with Sarin. Ilara, you get quickly accustomed to your bow. Histafarios has returned back to the celestial realm. And Stolas is done packing. What do you all do as you are all reunited?
I'm gonna show everyone the book. Gather round, folks. I may have found a solution to our problems.
Yeah,
Then
but
again, it may
How
only be
many
the
problems?
start.
I only see one
One of
problem
our
with
many.
it. I only see one problem with it. To me looks like Elvish, and I don't read it.
Well-
I know Elvish. It was one of the languages I grew up with.
Be careful, Larissa nearly had a stroke trying to read this. Do we know what strokes are? I don't know if
It was
strokes...
only because I read like 50 books before this one.
I should
Read
be
is a
fine.
strong word, Larissa.
She's gonna
I
just rub
feel-
her temples as if she has a headache. I think I'm coming down with a headache.
Do you need water?
Sure.
Alright, I am gonna also get myself some water because I was training for I don't know how long.
Oh, the whole fucking time they were gone, Saren was beating on you as hard as he could without hurting you.
Yep.
Perhaps we should all get some water.
Yep.
When you asked that, I thought you were gonna cast Create Water on her.
I mean,
Honestly, I was
could.
tempted.
I don't have that spell.
I do. I have
I'm not
create
a-
and destroy water. Do we all have a glass of which I can use to fill it?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I can find a teacup.
And wasn't it like a gallon worth of it that you create at once?
I can
Yeah.
create up to
Oh, right.
10 gallons.
Yeah.
As long as I have a
No.
large open container. Or we could just go to the manor, go to the kitchen, and get some water.
Yeah, that sounds a little
Yeah,
bit
that's
less messy.
that's what I was implying.
By the way, Marceline, you're getting good progress, but you just need to work on your form a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's mainly just I'm training mainly just in case I end up way too close to someone, so I can fend them off and try to get away.
Yeah, but your stab, especially with the daggers, you're leaving yourself a bit too exposed still.
Yeah.
You want to really get close with those things so that they can't swing at you at a distance.
Yeah.
But hey, that's good work for somebody that didn't take a blade. We all have to start somewhere.
Yep.
By the way, Lara, that bow, that sounded like quite the powerful one.
Oh yes, how did that go?
Elara's bow almost blew up a
Oh,
bunch
did
of
we lose someone?
targets.
That was the DM.
Oh dear. Oh, Alara, if
Sure.
you're talking, you were muted.
I was not talking. I was not in the room. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I did want to ask, Darth, are you just watching today, or has he not given you a chance to engage yet?
Just listening in.
Okay,
Basically, as soon as you guys.
I was
Alright.
worried that we were,
No, having
taking
Ned
forever to get you to be. Okay, I was becoming a little worried that we had not gotten to a point where you would be able to join. It had been about 3 hours since we started.
No, he just invited me to listen in to kind of get to know the group some. 'Cause
Okay, that's good
He
to
didn't
know.
really recruit me until like minutes before you guys began, so I didn't have time to make a character or anything.
I
How you
understand.
thinking about us so far?
Oh, you guys seem like a really good group. Got a really good dynamic.
We've got him tricked. He'll never
We
suspect
got
the
him
truth.
hooked. Now to reel him in before he changes his mind.
Yeah, the honey's
Time,
still thick.
time to feast on his soul.
Oh no.
I don't know. That was a little crazy. I'm sorry.
Where is
I have
he?
been building my character while you guys been playing too. While I've been
Ooh,
listening.
Excellent.
What are you thinking for your character so far? You mentioned Dragonborn.
Yep, still doing Dragonborn. Though I might do custom variant because that will be Dragonborn. Just because the Dragonborn traits not so good. But I was
Yeah.
going to do Swarmkeeper Ranger, but now I'm thinking I'll go full Bard.
Yeah, it's
Probably
Dragonborn.
Valor.
Fizzband Dragonborn are pretty good too.
Laura, I think we're about to lose our highest charisma stat privileges. I mean,
Well, what kind of
technically,
dragon are you thinking of?
lose it. I think it would be more like Ilara loses it because Marceline is on par because she's attuned to the shard.
Oh, so I have a question. Is Acacia's gonna be told about that shard, or is that a
At some
secret?
point, probably.
Okay. Because you were talking about like displaying it prominently and all that stuff, and so I wasn't sure.
Marceline is not going to outright just chuck like float over like, "Hey guys, I have a shard of a goddess."
You kind of do, though.
Of a more than questionable goddess of darkness. Well,
You do tend to introduce as the Shard of Shar, so
yeah, like I don't know what else to introduce it as.
just a jewel if you
Mufasa.
want to be discreet.
Darth, if you're
do.
thinking about the Dragonborn, you should ask the DM if he's all right with you using the book in the company of dragons. And then you should look at what you can use that book for.
But yeah, what kind of dragon are you thinking of? Because there's so many different types.
Probably green or emerald, one of the two.
Ooh.
Emerald's actually
choice.
a great choice.
He is returned.
It's
Alright.
returned to
Sorry, guys. What was the last thing that you all heard me say?
I don't think we heard you say anything. You just disappeared.
While we were talking.
Okay. I missed your conversation. What did y'all talk about?
Essentially, just Saren said, by the way, Laura, that was a powerful bow that you were using back there.
Okay.
Yeah, we RP'd a little bit, and we were gonna
Yeah.
discuss the book. I guess I'll
Magic?
relay the cliff notes to Wait, was it? Who else could read
Yeah,
all
it's
this? Marceline. Okay. I gave the cliff notes to Marceline while she reads it herself.
All right. Marceline is just going to read through it and try to get as much details as she can. See, should I also roll an intelligence check, or should Marceline be good?
Does Cassius tell Marceline what was written down? Because he did read the book.
I gave cliff notes, but I figure
Okay.
she would want to read through it herself.
Cassius wrote quite well and quite high, so you won't really get any more additional information.
All right. Oh, so I have to bond with 12 of them in order to meet. Yeah, okay, that's something I'll keep in mind. I should probably also tell Stolas, just so he can keep that in mind. And also, if he also wants to try to bond with Zodiacs, he's free to do so.
Didn't you already leave?
Oh,
he's already
King said he
gone.
finished. Oh yeah, that's a message.
Send message.
That's a message. Don't tell him.
It's a voice memo message.
Right. Voice message.
it's basically just a heads up. It's like, hey, Stolas, Acacia's found a book from the Mage Guild explaining that in order to bond with Leo, you have to bond with the other 12. Just so, and also some information about Pisces in case he wants to also bond with the Zodiacs.
Did we lose the DM again?
There doesn't seem to be any light coming from it, so I don't think they're speaking yet.
King?
Oh, you're
Oh.
right.
Oh,
You did lose him.
Lost to the void.
King's dead. No.
Into the void.
Regicide.
Sorry guys, we accidentally blew up Malaysia again.
All right. All right. Come on. Come on. All right.
Is
Work with
he
me.
back?
Okay. I think I'm back.
We did
I
not
hear
hear
you.
anything from Stolas.
Okay. Stolas would, now that he's done packing everything, he has basically moved everything. He looks at you, Marceline. I think I'm going to start with Scorpio. He will look at all the footnotes made by Cassius in the journal. I will go and inspect all these places.
Okay. Good luck.
Miss Miles looking at you. Well, my friends, it has been a good journey. I know we'll see each other quite soon. Take care of each other. Don't do stupid things.
Where's the fun in that, Stolas?
Well, shoot, Stolas, what am I supposed to do now?
He chuckles.
May the sun light the path in which you lead, and warm your back should you must turn upon it.
He looks at you with the face of, yeah, he's never getting used to that. He gives a head nod to Lord Dimitri as the vampires pull open the door. As Stolas takes his bag and leaves.
Bye.
Just for flavor, Saber would accompany him all the way to the gate.
That's the horse, isn't it?
Hold on. Does he want to say goodbye to Toaster Strudel?
Was he close with it?
I don't know. I don't have any in canon interactions. I did not lawn rest on Marceline's character sheet. Let me fix that.
Doesn't seem like it.
Alright.
Mostly because he's only summoned in battles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I haven't really done much non-battle related stuff with Toaster Strudel.
As of course.
It's like a dog. The dog summoned Darth, by the way.
Yeah, basically.
Giant basset hound.
You're
As
adorable.
you all see Stolas leaves.
Hi, Stolas.
Don't die, Stolas.
Bye.
Ideally.
See, saying that is most likely what one would call a death flag, and you
Don't.
I shall
Marceline witnessed
use
his
him.
death once. Don't do it.
I shall use
Specifically,
Stolas
specifically
for...
I mean, we
whoever
lost
said,
Solus once. We can get him back a second time.
specifically to whoever said, "Don't die, Stolas." That's the.
I turn my eyes
I
towards
always say
Alara.
don't die
That's
literally
the
say
rough
that.
one.
all the time.
That might be why I get knocked on my ass so often then.
No, I tell you, you shouldn't die, because then I'll kill you.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
But
And knowing you, you'd drag your ass down to the Niles to make sure to destroy my soul in the process.
And
Yeah,
everyone in my day.
Young love.
Marceline is going to shout, "We'll have to find time to spend time together. At some point."
I don't know.
It's left on red.
Ugh. Freaking hate
The
that.
king die again.
Oh, there's light, but no sound.
Oh, sound. I heard a sound.
It's like clicking of a
Yes, I heard
tongue.
sound.
Stolas.
It's like
Go to the restroom.
Yep, Stolas leaves. You all are the ones left in the manor.
We should destroy something. Just kidding.
Yeah, don't,
Marceline is
you know,
crying again.
don't.
Laura, you say we should destroy something. What about the Morndale house? I don't think that's needed anymore.
That's
It may be
probably
redubbed a new house, so I wouldn't destroy it just yet.
Well, there goes date ideas.
You know what is a good place? The Red Pine Forest.
Ooh.
No. We're
I'm
not
re-
repeating that incident again.
Guys,
Wait, what's
I'm
wrong with that
fantastic.
place?
I'm fantastic at setting forest fires. Ask King. It's my thing. Haha, that
Yeah.
rhymed.
Create bonfire
Oh, no,
for the
a
win.
The forest fire is not the riskiest thing you have to deal with.
Well,
So
regardless.
I can't set the forest on fire?
Well, you see, the Red Pine Forest has a multitude of Wendigo-like creatures. They're very fast.
You don't have to walk into the forest to set it on fire.
Well, there is a barrier. I just don't know if spells go off, especially
You don't need spells, honey.
That's a good
There's
way
a
to
barrier
get
that keeps them out. I assume anything keeps them out keeps things in as well. So I don't know if your stuff will go through.
Laura,
When
you're
we're-
already engaged. Don't go into the Red Pine Forest to find a new fiance.
Regardless.
That's how I met Dimitri.
Regardless. Anybody here has an idea where to be headed next?
Well, I would assume we follow the book. We should probably make a copy of some of this, by the way.
Or
Marceline, how fast can you scribe?
preferably in common.
Me? Yeah,
Let's do it in stuff. Let's do it in fun language.
What is the
Something
language
Something
we
like
all
Gnomish.
share?
I know Abyssal Celestial.
I think most of us
Common
know
Draconic.
Abyssal, minus Sarin.
Yeah,
I don't speak it.
Elvish and Infernal. So
I mean, there's 3 of us that I think have Infernal, so.
4 of us speak Draconic.
Ooh. Wait.
oh,
I don't
So
speak
should I just-
Draconic. I'm learning Draconic.
Oh, I speak Abyssal, Common,
I speak
Draconic,
Druidic.
and Infernal.
Can you change my Draconic to Druidic instead? I can't click it.
Oh,
Wait, do you get extra languages for having a higher intelligence, or is that just Pathfinder?
I think it's just Pathfinder.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
in
basi-
D&D there's no such thing.
Yeah, no, you can use like a scroll of tongue or something, or a feat or something to get an extra language or learn it in RP or whatever, but other than that, nah.
Well, I couldn't remember. 'Cause I think in Pathfinder, if you have a high intelligence, you start with additional languages, and that's what I was trying to remember.
Okay, so I get Abyssal as Ranger, as well as Draconic. Wood Elf is Common Elvish. I chose Infernal for Noble. That's why. Latin languages.
I mean, part of the reason why I chose Abyssal for Marceline is because most of my characters know Abyssal. I can't resist clicking that language. However, considering she got adopted by an Abyssal Yuan-Ti, that makes a lot more sense. I mean, she would have probably have to learn Abyssal at some point.
Well,
So,
Larissa's learning Draconic in her free time. I just don't know if she's had enough time to learn before she falls asleep.
We could just do it in common.
Common is
Yeah.
preferred, but I don't mind if half of us know how to use it, though.
Alright. I'll try to get it copied over. I'm going to need a new notebook. I'm gonna have to go get myself a new notebook, unless Dimitri
Or
has
we
a
could
random
just ask
empty
one of the
notebook
servants
somewhere.
to get you one.
Yeah, that okay. Is there a servant nearby?
We'd
I
have to go
reckon
back to the Carved
Alistair.
Manor, but I would imagine so.
Are we not in the manor?
Oh,
I-
I thought we.
I thought we were at the manor.
Yeah, in my head,
We're
we
at
are
the
still
training grounds.
Is that not?
I don't know how
near-
far away that is from the main
I
part of
assumed
the
it was
house.
like a
So
backyard.
I'll
I
just
assumed it
wave
was like a
someone
courtyard or
down,
something, yeah.
servant or guard. They will aid us, I'm sure.
Is Alistair's just standing
Uh,
behind us the entire time?
You know what? Yes, Alistair's just standing right behind Acacius. Because that's not creepy at all.
I love Alistair.
Okay, she's just going to scream by the light and grab his sword before jumping back.
Cassius. Calm down.
Yes, milady, you called?
Would you be so kind as to aid my friend here, Marceline, in acquiring a notebook or two?
Empty, preferably. I don't want to accidentally do any write in someone else's.
So sorry to put a bump
nope.
table. I want you guys to know I almost just died.
Did you fall on the
Are you
sword?
okay?
I'm
What
okay.
happened? What happened?
Are
I
you
have
choking on
hardwood.
water?
I have hardwood floors, so there's occasionally a slippery spot, and I stepped on it. It went down. I'm okay though. I'm
Okay.
okay.
Ow.
Ooh, my heart rate's going.
You don't want anyone dying during session out of character.
Yeah, I know that'd be awful. Dying out of
Yikes.
character.
Just like
I mean, I'll be kind of disappointed if you died now. You know, I just gave you a really cool bow.
No, right? But I'm good. We're good. We're good.
Okay. I'm
It's the
glad you're
curse for not
okay.
being as appreciative as you should be for what he's given you.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Are you kidding me? I spent the whole day super excited. The whole day.
Well, clearly it wasn't. Where's
the
your
bow
Where's your
was so
closet
good.
shrine? Do you have a closet shrine for the DM?
No.
Yeah, I
That
could use a
feeling
shrine
when
for
I have-
myself. Yeah,
I
I
See,
could
have
use a
it's
shrine for myself.
I have enough
come on.
room for one. But where's your
That feeling
closet
when
shrine?
so good it killed you.
Yeah, the evil floors.
All right. Let's come back. Yeah, Alistair is a very Nosferatu-like looking vampire. Very bald, long ears, the two sharp teeth right in the center of his mouth. Very gauntly old-looking vampire. He fades away and then appears right behind you, Marceline, with no warning, silent as the wind.
Oh, hi.
Your books. As he holds out to you two notebooks, very pristine, very luxurious.
Oh, these are really nice. Thank you, sir.
He gives a head nod to you and then he floats off the ground, all prim and proper like a gentleman, back into the shadows.
I know we're in the dark domains, but I'll never get used to that.
Why? I think he's fantastic.
You didn't do that at all last night. I'm just glad for that.
I mean, I'm assuming you were on a mountaintop. That would be pretty risky.
I was on a mountaintop. I was laying those souls to rest that were at the temple.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting all of this written down as soon as possible.
Okay. Is there, you are all still together? You can all make decisions on where do you wish to go or do.
I don't really have
Above table, you have the Miller notes on like ongoing quests that y'all have yet to do.
Alright, hold on, let me look at.
Let's see.
Should we search for Auburn Basilisk?
That sounds like something I should know what that means.
He was an author of a 200-year-old book. The specifics have disappeared from my brain just now. It was right in front of me, but I'll find it.
Was it the forest you guys were worried about?
No.
No, it's a different book about the demon prince we killed.
Acacius is just kind of looking at the checklist that you guys have given him of stuff. What is this belt on Tropical God Island?
Oh, this was supposed to give the wearer incredible strength. However, the user for it has since moved on. So it's very optional if you would prefer to get such a belt.
Seems
I
like
believe
that
it
could be useful.
influenced storms, if I'm not mistaken.
It does sound rather useful.
Oh, wait, didn't you
It was
mention...
mostly for, I believe, yes, I don't remember who it would be best suited for anymore, but we can definitely go there. It shouldn't be too far.
Worst case, we could sell it.
Agreed?
Wait, you mentioned there was... On the list it says Home Tree Woods ceremonies at the library near...
Mary
near the
Basilisk?
platform. Yeah.
Yeah, that was because it was, I had identified it as wood and we thought it was part of the inverse tree, but that shouldn't be possible considering where we are plane-wise.
I think we should go check that out just in case. Just in case.
We could go get the belt and then head to the Basilisk territory. I'm sure the Black Marsh may pay handsomely for the belt, so it's not a complete wasted trip.
You could kill my ex.
We could definitely do that.
I'm sorry, I just had to throw it in.
He's not on my list, but if he's a target of opportunity, why not?
No, he's on mine though. He's
Yeah.
on mine.
Who is this brother
Yeah.
Aelric?
That's on Siren's side.
Yeah. Ill Lord Valor Desiccate.
It's actually, who has it? I'm trying to recall. Did Siren open up
actually,
about them?
should
about
we
them?
also-
Yes.
Should we also start preparing to look for your brother, Larissa?
He is in the be there for quite a while, so should
That's
we
true.
get the belt and then head to the Underdark? We can always hold off on the home tree wood ceremonies until later.
I'm
If I may.
still iffy because if you genuinely think it could potentially be an inverse tree bark, that is gonna have so many issues that I'm gonna have to tell Dad, and it's not gonna be a pleasant day.
Either way, if we
Well,
go to the Underdark,
no
it
one
won't
seems
be a.
to know it is. I had to be very constant. I had to concentrate really hard on it. It's not a common thing to have searched, considering it was the framework.
And besides, if we go to the Underdark, it won't be a very pleasant day either way.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to the Underdark, it won't be day at all. Acacius kind of starts to rub his arm. If possible, I'm sorry to say, but I'd rather we avoid the Underdark. I
I'm
do
sorry
not
to
like
say
it
that
there very
quite a
much.
few party members who are near and dear to us have been MIA for a month or so now.
All of them down there.
One of them is the other co-arch-druid of the Meadows, my brother. Vera Tempest's child is also there. A former party member, cleric turned paladin, I believe, is also down there, among quite a few others, all quite strong in their own right.
How did they find themselves? Are they waiting for you down there?
No, we lost contact. Then the Vampire King sent his own elite squadron. They went missing, and then the elite of the elite went down, and they've been MIA as well. So we're looking at almost 20 people going missing.
That is not
Most of them
something that can be
vampires at this
overlooked.
point.
Well,
Medusa did mention that at some point we need to start planning on taking down Illustre in order to take down
Lilith Taraxis?
I forgot the name.
They worship a god called Lilith Taraxis, who is Mother Soulweaver's shadow of sorts.
Yeah.
Well, I will merely follow along if it is truly your desire to go to the Underdark.
The question
Vicious is very uncomfortable about going to the Underdark.
I'm very happy to go deal with the belt situation and grab that, and then we can head to the Underdark.
Yeah.
And then we can notify maybe some of the gods to keep an eye on the homewood tree wood and see if they can come up with any ideas as to how it arrived there. I'm sure Stolas wouldn't mind one more thing to his to-do list.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose let us get ready. for travel then. Or should we wait till tomorrow to set off?
King, could you pull up the map for me, please, so we can see in what direction and order would be best?
I will do it now. There you go.
There
Party is right here in the dark domain.
Okay, Tropical
Oh, the
God
dark
Island is all the way over
spot
here.
where-
Oh, F me, that's far.
Yeah, that's far.
I mean, it's only 80 feet away.
I know. I know the Black Marsh is somewhere in this area, I think.
Yeah, it's in the Empire
Putera.
Putra, yeah.
And the Underdark is, I have no clue.
It's
Anywhere
around
with a big hole, right?
It's around the Aegean Mountains. And I can't pronounce shit today.
Aegean?
Yeah, that.
Like
Okay.
Greece? Aegean?
The Aegean Mountains was where y'all encountered Medusa. Where y'all
Oh,
went.
we were right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay,
do
okay.
we want to go back? So go here to here and then all the way down?
Yeah.
I
So
mean-
I
Unless
think
there's something along the way?
I don't know for
No.
most people, but I know for me it might do some good to see a natural sunrise for a little while.
That would be very pleasant.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think today we should all rest, and then tomorrow we should head off.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Also, after our Black Marsh visit, we can pass by the Meadows, my hometown, and we can rest there and restock on supplies.
So is this Black Marsh Syndicate separate from this Black Marsh Swamp?
It is a mercenary group with which we've had encounters with and alliances with in the past. However, I have business with them regarding another issue.
Roll me a history check, Mr. Cassius. Oh yeah, they're a criminal group. They're the mafia of the
Okay.
campaign. They keep all the other baddies and gangsters in check.
So they're like the gangsters that kind of instill an honor among thieves, more or less.
Yeah, they're basically like the cool type of gangsters.
You see?
They
They
do a lot of,
recently
like,
lost their leader, so they should be a little sensitive about that. It's not Mary Basilisk anymore who's in charge. That's who died. The brother is in charge, although his name I've forgotten.
Silver Basilisk.
Oh, that was it. Well done.
So where are the different locations that we need to go to by the mill note? But if it's quicker to just go straight to the Underdark, we can do that.
Yeah.
Unless someone else
I
has
don't know
something.
where everything is on this map, so
Marceline, you have to go to the Elven territory.
Stolas is getting that situated, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, for a little while, it might be good to avoid Elven lands, just in case.
Yes. The Viridian Forest. That
this one.
is over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is stop number 1. Stop number 2. We could do 3 and then go here for number 4.
We could, yeah, let's see. Freehand. Cruise down the coastline. The island. Maybe
We
take a boat.
should look at this stupid. We have an airship. How many of you know how to drive an airship?
I know how to navigate a plain old ship, but an airship I never had my hand on.
Would you like to learn?
I don't have a proficiency specifically, but I don't know if I could.
Yeah, that is a rare proficiency to get.
I don't even know if that is that a proficiency in the game.
That you
Yes,
can
it is.
get. Yeah.
Okay,
It is.
okay.
There
Under
are
certain
people.
circumstances.
I wasn't sure if that was actually a proficiency in 5e or not.
It's been after the fact,
I-
but
I wanted to learn, but I never got the chance.
well,
Did I
ship-
do a history check to see if I remember how it flies? Even if I don't know how to physically do it, I can instruct someone else how to do it.
No, it's like driving. You can't do that.
well, a ship or an airship. It's like if
It's an airship. From what I recall, you gave it a spell slot and then it flew.
okay. Well, since I know how to navigate a regular ship, shouldn't be too hard to figure out.
How many
Please
buttons
teach
were in the
one of
airship?
us to do it too if you ever figure it out. Unfortunately, the 3 people who did know how to do it are no longer with us.
Well, that is if I figure it out, I'll be sure to teach a few of you. at the
Otherwise,
very
we're just
least.
going to sell the airship.
Is there an instruction manual somewhere?
With my luck, it
No.
will be written in Elvish.
King, was there an
I think
instruction
we
manual? I
have
thought
this.
someone just told Roland how
No.
to do it.
No, there's no instruction manual. If you're proficient in it, you know how to operate it. It's like driving a car.
So
Hang
none of
on.
us have
Someone in this
known that
house
it's-
should know how to drive one of these things. Lursa's gonna ask a few servants to ask around if anyone in the castle knows how to fly one of these.
If
Well, it's
nothing
not
else,
as though they can come with us.
yeah, if nothing else, I can serve as navigator at the very least.
No, they're vampires.
Y'all want to know who else had proficiency in flying ships? Because it's common in the astral realm.
Solus.
Stolen.
Yes.
He couldn't have taught us before he left.
It almost feels as though this was pre-planned.
When I realized you guys are gonna do all this mass traveling, and I was like, oh no, Stolas just left. I was
Right.
laughing so much to myself.
To catch him in time.
Stolas, how do you drive an airship?
What are you talking about? Stolas is gone. You can't talk to him. He's left. What are you talking about?
Marceline, you're gonna have to
That
send a
was a
message.
joke. Hey,
Can you open a door, Marceline, and have Stolas be on the other side? Do you know how far away he is?
I don't know. I
Could
don't
you not
know
open
where
a
he-
wonderful door and hope Stolas is on the other side so we could just talk to him?
I mean, how far can those doors go?
Quite far. I mean, she's opened one to the
Pretty
Druidic
far,
Meadows before.
Could she
Yeah,
door
and
us
also
to our
the
destination?
void.
Probably.
DoorDash is too.
DoorDash it, Marceline, please. I hate
DoorDash?
this airship so much.
I could try.
It's so frustrating.
I don't. I haven't opened portals to specific, opened doors to specific people.
We could
Oh,
attempt.
that would be convenient.
We could attempt to see if there are any mages at the guild who are versed.
If all else fails, we could always just sell the airship and buy ourselves a regular seafaring vessel.
That was my assumption on how we were going to travel before. Is that going to be our plan?
I have no part in owning that airship, so it's not my call to make, but that sounds like a reasonable assumption to me if we can't find anybody to fly it for us or teach us how to.
Now, if we were to just get a vessel, we would have to go on this route. Oh god. There you go. This, and
Oh,
then...
but I had so many good memories.
Well, we could
Oh, dear.
always. There is a port at Summerkeep as well that we could utilize, but yes, that would be a long way on the road before getting there.
Well, it's that we would have to lug all the funds with us as well.
Yes, fair enough. That could be dangerous journey, although I've dealt with a few road bandits in my days, so I know how to handle most of them. But yeah, that is a fair thing to be wary of.
I mean, should we ask Dimitri if he knows anyone? Because I don't want to bother Stolas. He has stuff to do.
I did ask around Marceline. I'm just waiting on a response. I'm sure it takes time for the servants to ask around. It is quite a large manor.
Yeah.
Alistair stands behind you, Larissa. As all of you see, like you blink, and then Alistair was right behind Larissa. Still quiet, no breath, nothing. Just floating like a ghost.
Larissa's just gonna. I mean, not. Marceline's gonna start giggling a bit. It's like, hey, Larissa, look behind you.
Larissa's gonna turn and blink a few times, but I think she's gotten used to the abruptness of them thanks to Dimitri and how he usually appears.
Milady. Unfortunately, nobody here is well versed in steering an airship. But if you wish it, I can have Master Dmitri hired.
I would very much appreciate someone hiring. Yes, I hope Dimitri will hire someone to be our chauffeur of sorts, as this is quite complex for us.
Well, I will put in the petition.
If
It
we are
might take.
if we are lucky, he might even be willing to share some of the knowledge so we can handle it without having to hire anybody else after.
Agreed. Would it
Alistair
be too
looks
much to
at
ask of this person not to be a vampire, as I worry that the sunlight may harm them?
I will try. It might take 3 or 4 days, but I can most certainly find someone. Unless, of course, time is of the essence and you have to depart immediately.
We could leave in the dead of night. That way the vampire will be able to transport us and yet be avoidant of the sun. What do you all say? How do you all feel about leaving in the night?
Yeah, it should be good.
We can sleep on the way.
Yeah.
From my own personal experience, it's not the best time to navigate. Well, mind you, my experience is in water, so it's quite different than air, but might not be the
Well, we will
best
have a
to navigate.
vampire, so I'm sure their eyesight will be quite well versed.
I have no qualms, but what happens when the sun rises?
They are going to retreat into the ship and I guess land? Unless it can fly autopilot. Maybe one of us should learn from them while we're all awake.
Yes, I would
Yeah,
suggest at least one of us stay awake to actually see how it's done and learn a bit so that we can actually keep it steering.
Well,
I'll do it.
I suppose we have a plan. I don't need sleep, so.
But you don't?
I don't need sleep either, technically.
I mean, I'll volunteer to learn how to drive the airship.
I mean, I could learn too.
Fantastic.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to make a cup of coffee for everyone, just so everyone can stay up a bit and learn?
Well, on the bright side, in the meanwhile, I can actually teach a few of you the basic of navigation at least. Or at least how
I
to use
think
the
it should be
navigator's
Saren.
tool.
Saren, how do you feel about being the first to learn and then teaching one of us one by one, and that way we can release the hired help earlier?
I'm not against it.
Well, I'll learn. I have no problem with learning.
It's just
I'll
that Saren
learn.
has the navigation,
Yeah, proficiency
so
with
he would.
navigator's tool and water
This is
vehicle.
true.
Yes, so you'd be more proficient in the driving than anyone else. So you'd be the best teacher for all of us.
By all means, I would take the first teaching if that's ever available, but in the event that he's not willing to teach, I'll at least be able to navigate.
I'm sure Alistair here will provide someone who is willing to teach, as that will be part of, I guess, the job description put forth.
As all of you begin to settle your affairs, what do you all do? You can all decide what you're going to do next, because you all have like 4 to 5 days to wait.
Well, Saren would brush up on his navigation skills since it's been a while since he's been on board a ship, and just like go and look back at the instruments and all that, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's how that used. Okay, yeah, now and get back into the groove of it in preparation. But then, other than that, he would probably do a few more sessions here and there with Marceline to train her a bit better on close combat, like melee combat.
Yeah.
Cassius can assist with that training.
Larissa's going to try and study her Draconic, knowing that she was trying to learn it in earlier days, but has since prioritized it less in the coming past few months, and is now trying to get back into the habit of learning it.
Yeah, along with training with for melee combat, Marceline is also going to train on her magic a bit, just to like improve a bit, just in case. Okay.
Okay.
That is...
Let's take a quick 10-minute break, everyone. We'll resume session in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hello.
That will be interesting to explore in the side RP. Okay. Is anybody else doing anything?
Nope.
I mentioned I was also, along with training for like melee stuff, just in case. I'm also going to train a bit of my magic, just to try to improve a bit.
Okay. Lara, are you doing anything?
No.
Saren and Larissa, two of you doing anything?
Just trying to brush up on the Draconic.
Just helping Marceline with her thing, brushing up on navigation skill, and preparing to learn how to navigate the airship.
Okay, so I do need to know, where does the party want to go to first? The shrine of the Scorpio is at the base of the Aegean Mountains.
Oh, I thought we were going to do that Like
I
still
thought that was
think-
in-
going to be our first stop before going to the Underdark, just because it was on the way.
Yeah.
I think that was dependent on whether or not we have an airship or a normal ship. But we
That's
have an
very
airship,
true.
right?
Yeah.
I think we have an airship boat.
Then I think we're going to the Sand Sea Desert.
Okay, and
Alright,
if you don't
uh,
get a sand, if you don't get, there's a possibility because I will roll a dice. If you don't get your driver, where are you gonna go?
I think we're gonna have to take a normal boat, right?
Yeah,
and
we're
we'll
gonna
probably
have
end
to.
up going to the opposite direction, right?
I mean, I could
So I-
always ask Valgor for a ride, but I think he's still recovering, and I want to give him as much recovery time as I can.
I can't believe you'd ask Al Gore to give you a ride somewhere. He's an
Listen,
old
I've done this
man.
on a multitude of occasions. He hasn't complained.
But ask yourself, is he in a position to complain?
Yes. He could say no. I've always given him the choice.
You could give him the choice, but does he really have that choice?
He does. The initial time
He did
he
initially. I don't know now that I'm his dragon priestess. I feel like it's a 50-50 give and take.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
Larissa's now in extreme deep thought thinking, does he have a choice? Have I been summoning him willy-nilly without his consent? Larissa's downward
Like-
spiraling really quick.
Like, I mean, if Cinder Basilisk arrived in front of me and told me to kill one of you, I don't really have a choice there. My god just showed up and told me to kill one of you. I don't have many other options there.
You could say no.
And then be excommunicated
Yes.
and be
Free
hated by
will,
my
free
god, who
choice.
I love very dearly.
Do we really love a god that would tell us to do such horrific and heinous things?
Ladies, that is a loaded theological question. Now is not the time.
He started it.
Yes, but that is not the reason to
One of us
put it.
is engaged to a vampire.
Hey,
He saved the Chimera.
hey, enough. We all have our own belief. Let's not use that against one another right now. That's not what we need. We need to focus on the task at hand, people.
And please lead the way, Saren.
Okay, so if we don't get an airship, we should probably go for the closest option we have, right? That would make the most sense. Everybody agrees with that?
Well,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. If we get the airship, do we want to go to the island first or somewhere else?
If we have the airship, we're going to the Pisces thing first, I believe.
Yes.
But we need to get Pisces Shrine rebuilt. I don't know if it should be in the same spot or a new spot.
Perhaps their original spot would be best.
Wait, if we're rebuilding a temple, we'll need to ferry supplies.
Yeah.
So,
How grand is this shrine that we need to build for them? Will they suffice a small one like before?
we're
I'll-
still going to... I'm not quite sure what you guys built before, but I would assume we still need more than just like a wooden, you know, like wood sticks or something. I assume we need at least a
Yeah.
small totem.
Well,
Larissa's gonna pull out her Gaia little statue. She's like, I made it about yay big, and she's gonna have her hands measuring about maybe 3 feet, maybe smaller. Ugh,
well,
her hands are
Um,
just like a
I
couple
don't-
feet apart.
well. Regardless,
I
we
would
can always use
actually-
what's available in the area to help with the construction.
I was actually thinking about trust in the tapestry for Pisces.
So, you want to use a tapestry for a shrine?
I mean, maybe? I don't know.
Well, that would mean we need to ensure we build a structure that can house it from the weather in the elements.
Yes, because I've seen it. Most shrine that get damaged by the weather, they don't tend
I
to
mean,
last all that long, and
it's not. It doesn't need to be outside. It can be indoors. I don't know. Maybe like store in a room until further notice.
usually you want that to be the center of attention of the place, though.
Yes, which means we
Yeah.
would need to build the temple.
I think we should
Oh.
hold off on this temple idea then if we're not well equipped for it yet.
I should at least like get some form of shrine set up.
Why not
just-
why not just start with deciding where we put it first? That might be
Well,
a good call.
I mean,
If we are planning to rebuild this temple, where it currently is, perhaps we could set out with a group that we are hiring to rebuild it, and then once they finish, we can install the centerpiece, being your tapestry.
I
Does it
don't
specify
know.
it had to be you, Marceline, that created it, or can we just hire someone else to do it on your behalf?
I think it might be best I fix it. I don't know. I'll have to find the time
Mind you,
to ask guys as soon as possible.
There's a difference between building the temple and consecrating it. Anyone can build a temple, but only those worthy or blessed can consecrate it and give it its blessed power.
And beside, if I'm being honest, consecrating a temple is not complicated. It's just a question of knowing how.
Do we know how, Marceline?
Ceremony, maybe. Like a ceremony spell?
Was revealed by King that both Saren and Acacius know how to do it, so.
Yeah.
Your heart needs to be in the right place. It's not so much the ritual that matters, it's the state of the heart.
Yeah, I can see that you probably could consecrate the thing because your heart seems to be at the right place, Marceline, but your mind's all over the place right now.
Yeah, like I just want this done as soon as possible because Pisces will finish reabsorbing the power within like 2 months. And
Well,
I wanted
let us-
to ensure that I want to ensure Pisces has nothing.
It is my belief then that our best bet would be to send some. You okay there, King?
I am okay, I am just washing my cup.
Got it. To see about hiring some builders here, and then traveling with them down to the temple site, and then reconvening after they've finished building the housing itself.
Okay. However, before I do that, I think, like, when I know for sure Dad is back home, I will ask for advice because, I don't think he's bonded with Pisces as far as I'm aware of. He does have some form of experience with the Zodiac, so.
And how long
That's what
will
you
that
want.
take?
Marceline, you have the list I sent you, right? Like who your Maganda is bonded to?
Hmm?
You have the list,
Yeah,
right,
it's
of
just-
who he's bonded to?
Yes.
Okay.
I gotta find where.
It's in the side RP.
Hold on.
I put it in your side RP.
Oh, you put in my side RP?
It's either your side RP or in our private chat. I think I have it.
I think it was in the general chat. Like, not the general chat, the new group 2 chat, but you never pinned it. I did mark some of the things in Milnote. So hold on, let me go to Milnote real quick.
Yeah, what kind of
Go to
six?
Nurseline's thing. The only notes I have taken that I don't think is gonna get updated anytime soon. because I forget to update stuff all the time.
It is fine. It's
Oh my
okay,
God.
but it's best to update the middle notes because since Yamuganda
What?
already has 6 that he has bonded with, you can
I
try bonding with the ones that he has.
Divide and conquer.
Okay, apparently it didn't save when I marked all of them. I know Libra and hold on, I gotta scroll. I'm gonna be scrolling for a bit.
Yeah,
Unless you
fine.
can copy paste.
It's fine. You guys can make some more decisions. I am just washing my bowl.
So-
I listen to all of you.
If we're gonna wait for Marceline to communicate with her father, are we gonna wait here for a couple more days? Or would this
No, it's
discussion
not.
have taken part before the waiting?
It shouldn't take too long, like 24 hours at most. He's typically home like around nighttime and back like er, and early in the morning before he leaves.
I see.
Okay,
You
nope, that's not it.
Without context, it's so funny because okay, it's like what? You just see your father just like that? What?
Well, I assumed
Oh,
it
there
was
it
with
is.
sending or something. Well, I assume she meant like messaging him somehow.
Something like that.
She has not said anything about messaging.
I mean
I've
that I
just
can do that.
accepted.
However,
Just take
at the
it
same
with the rolling
time,
punches.
I've just
Yeah.
accepted somehow it's gonna happen. So
yeah, Marceline could message him, but at the same time, what time is it? Is it around the time he would typically be fighting right now?
At this point, Marceline, you kind of like have your time zones all over the place. So you can literally just pop your head in, see if he's home, and if he is
Alright.
lucky for you.
Alright. Hold on. I'm gonna go check to see if he's home real quick. Hold on. Marceline's going to open the door to her home and then enter real quick.
You just see. You want to give a visual description for our new players? Marceline,
What?
do you
A
want
description.
to give a description, like a
Uh,
visual description, how you open the door?
Marceline is just going to like summon it like click on it, then like a suddenly like a starry door just appears. It's kind of like I don't know if any of you played Persona, but it kind of like when entering the Velvet Room. There's typically like the character opens a blue door and then enters. And then it pretty much disappears. Like basically, as soon as she enters the portal, she ends up on the porch and like the front portion of the cabin and opens the door.
Yep. You okay, sis? You just see her pull a door open in midair, and she pops her head through, and she disappears.
does she do that a lot?
Yeah.
You'll get used to it.
I'm not one to judge.
But yes, if we go by our ship, then probably the furthest away. But then if we're stuck with sea vessel, then probably still need to go the long way around. Unless we want
Yeah,
to
the
sail
question.
north.
Oh, I wasn't sure if the north was even passable.
I haven't heard
There's
anything
a
about
lot of
it being
creatures
freezing.
there.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it being frozen over or anything like that. And well, all of as far back as I can remember, but I'm assuming it's probably passable in some capacity.
There's these frozen hydras if we do decide to go north.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
but-
I had a feeling it was something like
Kind
that.
of like these things. But we did find some, there seemed to be somewhat south, but we never really researched as to why this was. We only know that they are appearing more south.
Wait, hold up. This is a tropical island here.
Not that far south, more like,
No. I'm talking. I'm looking at the map. This is a tropical
oh, okay.
island, but there's Arctic regions all around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think One Piece Summer Island.
I did not like One Piece, so I did not watch it.
Okay. Essentially an island with its own climate.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's so
I've
And
heard
then
the
you would
place
see-
named Red Bread Farm.
yeah. At that point, Siren would pull out a sea shark that's probably older than him at this point, and just trace potential route if they would have
Wait.
if party would have to go through the
Are
sea.
these two continents connected?
Which two?
The ones on the sides?
Yes, they
Oh.
are a single continent.
Well, then in that case, going this way is
Yeah.
actually a lot quicker to get to the tropical
Yeah.
god island,
Yes, that it would be.
and then up and around. Yeah, I didn't realize they were connected.
Neither did I.
So Nerman is round, confirmed.
It's round. The world is round.
Like every other
If you all
planet.
thought this- if you all thought this was a flat Earth, I am so upset at all of you.
I thought this was going to be just like
I
the map
didn't.
of
I was
one
just- I was
larger
just-
half of the region, and then there was going to be a secondary map for the other sphere.
Oh no.
Great. This
I thought
includes
this
all
was
of
just I thought this was just the area the party had explored so far.
I realized I was muted.
it. Oh, Alara.
Oh no.
You keep doing that to yourself.
I do.
All right, I need someone to roll me a D100 to see if you get your.
26.
You know
All right.
Oh,
Oh, you were
Uh,
faster.
Okay.
Oh, I was-
With the 26,
Oh.
the 4 and 5 days pass. As Alistair tells you, I am afraid I have not been able to find.
Damn.
Either they were all hired or for some reason they all just mysteriously disappeared.
We're certain the
Alistair.
Morndale are completely extinguished, right?
Alistair, you don't have anything against us being on these airships, do you?
Oh, why would I? I live to serve Carmen.
You want the airship?
He looks at you with the. No, I have no desire for an airship. I can go where I want to go. He's still floating in the air when he says this like a ghost.
So- It's a normal boat that can fly, right? Is that what you were saying earlier? Can it be sailed normally?
I call it's similar to like a blimp is how I have imagined it,
Oh,
but it takes
okay.
the form of like a sea boat.
Okay. Then I suppose we need to hire a captain, unless Saren thinks we can handle it.
Well, usually to handle a full-size ship, you need a substantial crew, but I can navigate those big boy. I have experience with them.
Well, are we gonna what? Rent out a big ship? Trade in the
Okay.
airship for a brig?
That might.
Could we
That
not turn
doesn't.
this into a powered boat instead and utilize most of its supplies?
I. You know how to do that. Go for it.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody transform a sailing vessel into a powered one before, but
I'm going to turn to Alistair. Do we know someone who could do such a thing?
Such renovations can be done by a shipping company.
I feel like such renovations would take a rather long time to complete, though, wouldn't they?
and probably a large
It
sum
could
of
be
money.
done while we are away.
But then we wouldn't need the boat.
Well, here's back to the original plan. We go by
Yeah.
foot to the closest location we can access.
Alright, yep. Let us gather some wagons, some horses, and let us be on our way.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to know, where are y'all heading to?
I think we're going to the the Pisces shrine.
That's Scorpio. Pisces' shine is not around at the moment.
Okay.
I'm a Scorpio.
Whatever was down here, this Sandsea Desert.
Scorpio.
Hold on. Has Stolas provide any updates on like figuring out the poison?
Okay, so I will make it easier for all of you. For all these shrines, I'm gonna delete all these drawings.
Yes, please.
Okay, so party is at the dark domain. I'm gonna use a cyan blue to show you where the shrines are. You have, oh, let me try it. Freehand. Let's try again. You have Scorpio here. You have, so for magic items I will use purple. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
purple is here. Tropical God Island you have here. The passage to the Underdark, one of it is over here. So red is for like teleportation and to different realms, etc. There is one gate in the Druidic Meadows. There is another gate in the Dosian. And there is one in the forest here, which you'll have to, but that one is not really a gate, it's more like a big hole, a big tunnel that leads to the Underdark. Could you go through with me on the mailer notes? What else? How is this marked? That way.
We have the belt on the tropical god island.
Yep, marked with purple.
Viridian Forest for Auburn Basilisk.
Oh, that is the quest one. So the quest one, it's actually plot related. So I will put it as purple. Going to the Underdark is also kind of purple.
We have Marceline's poison from the dark domain / elven territory, which I think Marceline said someone was handling.
Yeah, it still is, I think.
The miasma, yep. That is the Scorpio shrine. That's over here.
We have Saren's tiefling gene spread, but we're not really sure. It doesn't specify where that is.
Yeah, no, that's further down the line. Don't worry about that. That's not an urgent thing.
Okay. Find brother Elric.
So, well, that one might come in during one of the other try to locate NPC quests. So.
Okay. We have kill Poseidon and
That's
kill
a no.
Valorous Chestbane.
That sounds that sounds a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Killing Poseidon is a very interesting feat because Poseidon is in hell now.
Yes.
Hold on, I'm just
Never
gonna make a
hell.
big circle. This is gonna be for health related stuff. That's the red circle.
We have a list of others who we need to kill, all of which followed Salabana.
Okay.
I said the werewolf man, but I do know his name, but that's from the other campaign, so Larissa wouldn't know his name. I have kill the green lady, whose name was never mentioned. Then we have Aztec and Jahil as well.
All those are the hells.
Oh,
all of
Okay.
And
We
the
also
last
have
one was Larissa specific, was the ceremonies at the Home Tree Wood thing near Mary Basilisk in the library, and the Dosien thing about the Empress.
So the Dosian one is another heavy plot content.
At this point, should we just do the weddings?
And
Right?
here is the
We'll get married, and then we'll do one of the big ones, and then we'll have
Yeah.
buffs.
the Empire of Putra is the other big plot one, which you mentioned just now.
Mhm.
So are purple like the big plot things?
Yes, the purple
Yeah,
are
the
the big
big people. Now I'm a lot more concerned that the home tree thing is a massive plot.
Yeah, I think maybe we should just do the weddings. Get the weddings done and over with.
Okay, hold on. Let me start getting everyone ready to get married.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think it makes much sense for my character to attend a wedding for you guys, considering he's known you a total of like 2.5 days.
We need guests. Come over here.
So, with Saren and Alara's, there's not a lot of people on either of their sides.
You know, they got married. They're getting married as half of a joke and half of spite, rather than actual love. I think that's gonna come second.
Yeah, actually,
I don't think Acacius can approve of a marriage that's being done out of spite either.
well, the thing is,
It's for a good cause,
Have
and
you
so that
seen
Alara
the
does
guy
not
Elara was arranged to marry? I
What are
haven't.
What are your
but he's
thoughts?
a
What are your
douche.
thoughts about just doing this? Can you see this line?
yeah,
You know what? Down for that.
Darn it, no wedding.
yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
We can get married in the Viridian. You can get married in the Viridian Forest. I don't know why I said we. Marceline's not even dating anyone.
Well, the thing
Marceline's gonna be
is-
third wheeling the wedding.
technically speaking, this
And
right
from
there,
here,
this right there is technically
From-
Saren's home. So
from there we can either take this under Dark Hole, or go down to get the belt, or loop all the. No, looping around probably wouldn't be a good idea.
I mean,
Yeah, so I think we
thinking
should just
about
go.
it,
oh yeah, be like
Due
We
this
can
west.
hunt
across.
down my
Yes.
ex.
yeah.
No, it is west. Yeah,
Alright.
due west. There's probably
Alright.
boats that ferry across these canals, so we
Oh.
wouldn't need a boat of our own.
Oh yeah, there are plenty that travel the canals.
Yeah.
I've
Mhm.
Then
shipped,
I
I've shipped
yeah.
across many different ones.
Okay, then yeah, let's just head due west. We'll get a wagon, some horses, get some supplies, and then head out.
Alright.
Unless
You
Alistair
will come
predicted
with
all
me.
of this, and all of this would happen, and then already has that ready, so he doesn't have to deal with us anymore. Yes, I suppose we'll assemble that up, and then Obviously, I
Okay.
guess maybe a day to do all that, and then we'll head out.
Um,
I think there's costs for carriages somewhere, unless we can
I
borrow one
will.
from Dimitri.
Oh, Steve.
I will
We-
say. I will say. The really. You've got 4 major plot points. Okay, like you've got 4 major plot points. So are you guys going to do Empire Putra first then?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go
And
over the
then-
Aegean Canal.
Then we'll
Okay.
go to the Viridian Forest, and then once we've done that, we'll figure out what to do next.
Okay. So you're going to investigate the industry, matters of the industry in the
Mhm.
Empire.
Yes.
I think.
Oh
I
boy.
think that's one of the books you gave me.
Okay. Uh. Okay. Then investigate the industry. Um. Okay. Industry of an basilisk, underdark. I'm just gonna type it here, underdark. Underdark. There are other ways to the underdark as well.
We just
I
haven't
just-
found them.
It is just that this location, the one that I'm pointing at, like it's a well-known way to the underdark that's nearest to where you all are. And then this one, I'm just gonna write here. Heritage. There we go. And the reason by right session is over, but the reason I'm like holding you guys a little bit because as the DM I need to know where you guys want